Dolly! What? It's fine. I love Christmas. But missed Mommy. Yeah. Shh. Go to sleep.
Picture, picture, smile for the picture. Pose with your brother, won't you be a good sister? Everyone thinks that we're perfect. Please don't let them look through the curtains. DOLLHOUSE. I see things that nobody else sees. DOLLHOUSE. I see things that nobody else.
Somebody's coming. Oh, no. It's nobody. Nobody will come today. Of course. Christmas Day. Nor tomorrow either. But perhaps... No, nothing in the letterbox. Quiet. Empty. But... Oh, nonsense! He didn't mean it seriously. Things like that can't happen. It's impossible. Why, I have 3 small children. I finally found it. The box with the fancy dress costumes. Thank you. Put it on the table, please. But I'm afraid they are in an awful mess. Oh, if only I could rip them up into 1,000 pieces. Good heavens, they can be mended all right with a little bit of patience. Yes, I'll go over and get Mrs. Lynn to help me. Out again? In this terrible weather? You'll catch your death of a cold, ma'am. Oh, worse things might happen. How are the children? Playing with their Christmas presents, poor little things. But do they keep asking for me? They are so used to being with their mummy. Yes, Anne-Marie, from now on, I can't be with them as often as I was before. Well, children get used to anything in time. Do you think so? Do you think they would forget their mummy if she went away for good? Good gracious, for good? Tell me, Anne-Marie, I've often wondered, how on earth could you bear to hand your child over to strangers? Well, there was nothing else for it when I had to come and nurse my little Nora. Yes, but how could you bring yourself to do it? When I had the chance of such a good place, when a poor girl's been in trouble, she must make the best of things, because he didn't help, the rotter. But your daughter will have forgotten you. Oh no, she hasn't. She wrote to me when she got confirmed and again when she got married. Dear old Anne-Marie, you were a good mother to me when I was little. Oh, my poor little Nora never had a mother but me. And if my little ones had you, I know you would. What am I talking about? Go into them. I must, tomorrow I'll let you see how pretty I'm going to look. There'll be no one at the ball as pretty as my Nora. If only I dare go out. If only I could be sure nobody would come. And that nothing would happen in the meantime. Here at home, rubbish! Nobody's going to come. I mustn't think about it. Brush this muff. Pretty gloves. Pretty gloves. I'll put it right out of my mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're coming. Oh, it's you, Kristine. Yeah. There's nobody else out there, is there? No. I'm so glad you've come. I heard you'd been over looking for me. Yes, I was just passing. There's something you must help me with. Come here. You see, the Stenborgs are having a fancy dress party upstairs tomorrow evening, and now Torvald wants me to go as a Neapolitan fisher lass and dance the tarantella. I learned it in Capri, you know. Well, so you were going to do a party piece? Torvald says I should. Look, here's the costume. Torvald had it made for me down there. But it got all torn, and I simply don't know. We'll soon have that put right. It's only the trimming that's come away here and there. Got a needle and thread? Here's what we're after. It's awfully kind of you. So, you were going to be all dressed up tomorrow, Nora? Yep. Tell you what, I'll pop over for a minute to see you in all your finery. Aww. but I'm quite forgetting to thank you for the pleasant time we had last night. Somehow, I didn't think yesterday was as nice as things generally are. You should have come to town a little earlier, Kristine. Yes, Torvald certainly knows how to make things pleasant about the place.
You too, I should say. You are not your father's daughter for nothing. But tell me, is Dr. Rank always as depressed as he was last night?
No, last night it was rather obvious. He's got something seriously wrong with him, you know? Tuberculosis of the spine. Poor fellow. His father was a horrible man who always used to have mistresses and things like that. That's why the son was always ailing, right from being a child.
But, my dear Nora, how do you come to know about things like that?
Huh? When you've got 3 children and you get these visits from women who have had certain amounts of medical training, and you hear all sorts of things from them.
Does Dr. Rank call in every day?
Every single day. He was Torvald's best friend as a boy, and he's a very good friend of mine, too. Dr. Rank is almost like one of the family.
But tell me, is he really genuine? What I mean is, doesn't he sometimes rather turn on the charm?
No, on the contrary. What makes you think that?
When you introduced me yesterday, he claimed that he'd often heard my name in this house, but afterwards I noticed your husband hadn't the faintest idea who I was. Then how is it that Dr. Rank should know?
Oh, yes, it was quite right what he said, Kristine. You see, Torvald is so terribly in love with me that he says he wants me all to himself. When we were first married, it even used to make him sort of jealous if I only so much as mentioned any of my old friends from back home. So, of course, I stopped doing it.
What?
But I often talk to Dr. Rank about such things. He likes hearing about them.
Listen, Nora. In many ways, you are still a child. Now, I'm a good deal older than you and a bit more experienced, so I'll tell you something. I think you ought to give up all this business with Dr. Rank.
Give up what business?
The whole thing, I should say. Weren't you saying yesterday something about a rich admirer who was to provide you with money?
One who's never existed, I regret to say. But what of it?
Has Dr. Rank got money?
Yes, he has.
And no dependents?
No, nobody, but...
And he comes to the house every day.
Yes, I told you.
But how can a man of his position want to pester you like this?
I simply don't understand.
Don't pretend, Nora. Do you think I don't see now who you borrowed the 1,200 from?
Are you out of your mind? Do you really think that? A friend of ours who comes here every day? The whole situation would have been absolutely intolerable.
It really isn't him?
No, I give you my word. It would never have occurred to me for one moment. Anyway, he didn't have the money to lend then. He didn't inherit it until later.
Just as well for you, I'd say, my dear Nora.
No, it would have never occurred to me to ask Dr. Rank. All the same, I'm pretty certain if I were to ask him...
But of course you won't.
No, of course not. I can't ever imagine it being necessary. But I'm quite certain if I ever were to mention it to Dr. Rank behind your husband's back, I have to get myself out of that other business that's also behind his back. I must get myself out of that.
Yes, that's what I said yesterday, but
a man's better at coping with those things than a woman.
Your own husband, yes.
Nonsense! When you've paid everything you owe, you do get your IOU back again, don't you?
Of course.
And then you can tear it up into 1,000 pieces and burn it. The nasty, filthy thing.
Nora, you are hiding something from me.
Is it so obvious?
Something has happened to you since yesterday morning, Nora. What is it?
Kristine, Hush! There's Torvald. He's back. Look, you go in the other room for the time being. Torvald can't stand the sight of Mending lying about.
What?
Get Anne-Marie to help you.
All right, but I am not leaving until we have thrashed this thing out.
I've been longing for you to be back, Torvald, dear.
Was that the dressmaker?
No, it was Kristine. She's helping me with my costume. I think I'm going to look very nice.
Wasn't that a good idea of mine now?
Wonderful! But wasn't it also nice of me to let you have your way?
Nice of you, because you let your husband have his way. Alright, you little rogue. I know you didn't mean it that way. But I don't want to disturb you. You'll be wanting to try that costume on, I suppose.
And dare I say you've got work to do?
Look at this. I've been down at the bank.
Torvald,
Yes?
if a little squirrel were to ask ever so nicely,
Well,
would you do something for it?
naturally I would first have to know what it is.
And the pretty little skylark would sing all day long.
Huh? It does that anyway.
I'd pretend I was an elfin child and dance a moonlight dance for you, Torvald.
Nora, I hope it's not that business you started on yesterday.
Yes, it is, Torvald. I implore you.
You have the nerve to bring that up again?
Yes, you must listen to me. You must let Krogstad keep his job at the bank.
My dear Nora, I'm giving his job to Mrs. Lind.
Yes, it's awfully sweet of you, but couldn't you get rid of somebody else in the office instead of Krogstad?
That really is the most incredible obstinacy. Just because you go make some thoughtless promise to put in a good word for him, you expect me.
It's not that, Torvald. It's for your own sake. That man writes in all the nastiest papers. You told me that yourself. He can do you no end of harm. He terrifies me to death.
Aha, now I see. It's your memories of what happened before that are frightening you.
What do you mean?
It's your father you were thinking of.
Yes, that's right. You remember all the nasty insinuations those wicked people put in the papers about Daddy? I honestly think they would have had him dismissed if the ministry hadn't sent you down to investigate, and you hadn't been so kind and helpful.
My dear little Nora, there is a considerable difference between your father and me. Your father's professional conduct was not entirely above suspicion. Mine is, and I hope that it's going to stay that way as long as I hold this position.
But nobody knows what some of these evil people are capable of. Things could be so nice and pleasant for us here in the peace and quiet of our home. You, me, and the children, Torvald. This is why I implore you.
The more you plead for him, the more impossible you make it for me to keep him on. It is already known down at the bank that I'm going to give Krogstad his notice. If it ever got around that the new manager had been talked over by his wife...
What of it?
Oh, nothing. As long as the little woman gets her own stubborn way. Do you want me to make myself a laughingstock in the office? Give people the idea that I'm susceptible to any kind of outside pressure? You can imagine how soon I'd feel the consequences of that. Anyway, there's one other consideration that makes it impossible to have Krogstad in the bank as long as I am manager.
What's that?
At a pinch, I might have overlooked his past lapses.
Of course you could, Torvald.
And I'm told he's not bad at his job either, but we knew each other rather well when we were younger. It was one of those rather rash friendships that proved to be embarrassing in later life. There's no reason why you shouldn't know we were once on terms of some familiarity. In fact, in his tactless way, makes no attempt to hide the fact, particularly when other people are present. On the contrary, he thinks he has every right to treat me as an equal with his Torvald this and Torvald that every time he opens his mouth. I find it extremely irritating. I can tell you, he would make my position at the bank absolutely intolerable.
Torvald, surely you aren't serious.
Oh? Why not?
Well, it's also petty.
What's that you say? Petty? Do you think I'm petty?
No, not at all, Torvald dear. And that's why...
Doesn't make any difference. You call my motives petty, so I must be petty too. Petty. Indeed. Well, we'll put a stop to that once and for all. Helene!
What are you going to do?
Settle things.
Yes, sir.
See this letter? I want you to take it down at once. Get a hold of a messenger and get him to deliver it. Quickly. The address is on the outside. Here's the money.
Very good, sir.
There now, my stubborn little miss.
Torvald, what was that letter?
Krogstad's notice.
No, get it back, Torvald! There's still time!
No.
Oh, Torvald, get it back! Please, for my sake, for your sake, and for the sake of the children! Listen, Torvald, please! You don't realize what it can do to us!
Too late.
Yes, too late.
My dear Nora, I forgive this anxiety of yours, although it's actually a bit of an insult.
No, it's not!
Oh, but it is, I tell you. It's hardly flattering to suppose that anything this miserable pen pusher wrote could frighten me. But I forgive you all the same. Because it's a rather sweet way of showing how much you love me. This is how things must be, my own darling Nora. When it comes to the point, I've enough strength and enough courage, believe me, for whatever happens. You'll find that I'm man enough to take everything on myself.
What do you mean?
Everything I said.
That is something you shall never, never do.
Alright then, we'll share it, Nora, as man and wife. That's what we'll do. Does that make you happy now? There. Don't look at me with those eyes like a little frightened dove. The whole thing is sheer imaginations. Why don't you run through the tarantella and try out the tambourine? I'll go into my study and shut the door so I won't hear anything. You can make all the noise you want.
Okay.
And when Rank comes, tell him where he can find me.